Hi, today's video is the definition of food and for good cellular health. So the definition of food basically is a molecule that promotes cellular growth or cellular repair. Okay? So a molecule that does promotes cellular growth and repair is the best. A molecule that promotes cellular growth is good. A molecule that promotes cellular repair is good. Preferably both. So the main takeaway for this is that food that is real food that comes from God is most likely going to promote both of those aspects. A molecule called sugar does not promote cellular growth and it does not promote cellular repair, okay? So, ultra-processed food, which I've talked about in some other videos and we'll talk more about in the future, has a big component of sugar, especially since 1970 when the war on fat began. And notice how our obesity epidemic has been going up since 1970, and it's again an epidemic today for kids, for toddlers, and for adults. Scary. It's because we are turning towards artificial food, okay, made by the money changers, big food, and we are putting God's food, real food, to the side and saying, God, you are inconvenient, okay? God, it takes too much time to prepare real food. It's inconvenient, okay? So we go to church or we go to synagogue or we go to temple and we say we believe in God, but we have let the money changers in. So it's time to go back, and I'll have more to say in other videos, go back to real food, go back to God's food, okay? Food like sugar that is added as an ingredient for taste has no nutritional benefit. Zero. None at all, okay? Your body does not need sugar, okay? Sugar drinks, even if they're juice, have negative implications. That will be shown in my medical professionals, negative effects of sugar and ultra-processed foods, where they outline the physical effects on your body. So giving your kids, I've had to readjust my schedule as I've learned about this. So sugary drinks, whether it's soda pop, whether it's juice, because the sugar has been taken out of the food and the fiber has been taken out of the food, is not beneficial. Sugar in nature is okay because it has fiber and all the other beneficial plant-based benefits also. But when sugar is extracted, kind of like how cocoa is extracted from the cocoa plants and turned into synthesized by man into cocaine, then it has a totally different effect than chewing on cocoa leaves if you have altitude sickness in the mountains, such as Peru, where a lot of it is grown. So, the main takeaway on this video is that even though God's food may be inconvenient, let me tell you about what's inconvenient. My mother, from 2014 to her death in 2019, December 17th, had 6 or 7 falls, which landed her not only in the hospital, but landed her in a nursing home for anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks for recuperating, recovery, and physical therapy in order to start moving again, okay? I saw so many different people in visiting her during those time periods of those visits that were it's not only scary, but sad, okay? Sad. Our total food system has been hijacked. And as Dr. Robert Lustig says, unless something The definition of food is something that promotes cellular growth and or cellular repair. And if a molecule does neither one of those two things, then it's not a food. And he puts forth that sugar and its negative effects on the body as a mechanism that's added, that's taken out of cane or whatever other sources and put into food, is actually a poison or toxin with its effects on the human body, and it creates 80% of our disease management cost, healthcare cost, in our society, and that these 80% of the cost of these drugs and medical interventions that are put into these degenerative diseases are foodable but not druggable. Okay, so it will be a major withdrawal to reshape and change our current food model and our whole perception and our economy, because if you go to like a Kroger store that I go to, so much of it is garbage. It is poison and toxic. And who says anything about it? Does the FDA say anything about it? No. Does the USDA say anything about it? No. Does Big Pharma say anything about it? Well, no, because they treat the symptoms that are caused by these things that aren't food. Does Big Food say anything about it? No, because they make profits. Does the news media say anything about it? No, because Big Food advertises on these news media, and so does Big Pharma, that has the solution for the negative effects of the big food. So again, I'm not going to go into the negative effects on the human body. Those are in the videos that are made by medical professionals. I got a lot of YouTubes on my playlist, so check those out. If you do not have an understanding of what you're putting into your mouth and what you're giving sovereignty in your body over, then you need to consider, are you on the right path? And do you have enough knowledge? So do your research, gather knowledge and make your decisions. But understand that the people that are selling you man's food are doing it for a profit. Do you think God has produced God's food for a profit? God wants you to be healthy. God is the architect, not John D. Rockefeller, not the food industry. God is the architect of the human body. And it's so sad that we have such degenerative diseases, such an obesity epidemic, such pain and suffering, and we feel the solution comes from man via his drugs. So, do you trust in man or do you trust in God? Think about that, and think about how you spend your time researching on the most important choice that you have in your life. What foods you put into your body. What do you want to be like when you're 50, when you're 60, 80, 100, 110, 120. Yeah, no one hardly makes it to that. You know why? It's because of the food we eat, along with many other choices. So think about those issues. Thank you, and have a good day today.